What is going on, guy? Oh man, you know what? I forgot to turn my light on. Man, this is a great way to start off a stream, right? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn my main light on. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Hey, all right. This is awesome. There we go. That's a lot better. My bad, guys. Way to start off the stream here, Mike. Very professional. Awesome job. All right. Well, hey, it is Wednesday at 9:30 Central Standard Time, and that means the Movie Idiot Show. We do it every single Wednesday, or as many as we possibly can get to anyway. I'm going to be flying solo today, just so you guys know. My guy Ryan Farrell will not be with me. It's mostly my fault because I couldn't pre-record with him. It was my bad. You know, I had some stuff come up and I wasn't able to pre-record with Ryan. So, and then he wasn't able to come on live. So, you know, hey, it happens. But we'll try to get Ryan on next week. And we may have, you know, a couple little special videos or two coming down the pipeline as well. So that are not Movie Idiot Show, but like some top 10 stuff or maybe some other movie discussion that we're going to be doing. So make sure you stay tuned for that right here on the Movie Idiots YouTube channel and also on Facebook Live and Facebook as well. We post all of that. So anyway, this is the Movie Idiot Show, and what is that? So every week I discuss movies, TV, entertainment news, that kind of stuff with all of you and all of the awesome people out there. So we're going to get started here, and basically how this works is this. I'm going to go over some, you know, kind of topics of the week. And then you guys can chime in either right here on the YouTube stream, or you can chime in on Facebook Live as well, like my guy Rick Foster did. What up, Rick? How you doing, man? Good to see you on there. You can also chime in, and the best way to chime in, of course, is to chime in via the tip link. Tip link, send your tips to streamlabs.com/movieidiot, and when you do that, you're supporting the channel and me and the stream and all that stuff. So that is the best way to send in comments, questions, and anything that you want me to answer live right here on the show. So with all of that being said, we're going to start off with our main, not our main topic, our first topic of the day. And first topic of the day is this. Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington are going to star in a Netflix thriller called Leave the World Behind. So this is the first time that they're going to be on screen together since 1993's The Pelican Brief. The streaming giant has landed Leave the World Behind, an upcoming novel by Ruman Alam, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, with Sam Esmail, the creator of Mr. Robot and Homecoming, set to write the adaptation and direct it. Roberts and Washington are attached to star. This is huge, and I mean, Netflix, dude, I gotta say, Netflix in the COVID streaming wars, because that's basically what they've been now. They were supposed to be just regular streaming wars, but, you know, with the COVID thing, a lot of people have been home and watching and streaming, right? Netflix has been killing it. They are by far crushing Disney Plus. They're crushing HBO Max. HBO Max barely got up to bat because you still can't get HBO Max on Roku, and you still can't get HBO Max on Amazon Fire Stick. So, Netflix is crushing it right now. Lots of original content. Obviously, you know, great platform, great, you know. The thing with Netflix that does kind of stink, though, they're not very good at advertising. Sorry, I had to fix a cord here. They're not very good at advertising their upcoming stuff. But other than that, Netflix been crushing it. So props to Netflix. And now landing two megastars in Julia Roberts and in Denzel Washington in a movie, again, like the article said here, they haven't been on screen together since The Pelican Brief, and which is a phenomenal movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should watch. So, Yeah, I mean that's kind of a big deal, and I'm excited. I obviously again they're Julie Roberts, Denzel, great actors, and yeah, I'm very excited to see it. But what do you guys at home think? Are you guys excited? Does this spark your interest? Is this something that maybe you would check out? And let me know in the comments below your thoughts on that. And also on Netflix. I mean, come on, Netflix, dude. Again, crushing it, securing great IPs, great actors, great product to put out for us, the consumer, the binging consumers that we are. So great job, Netflix, on that one. And with that, we're going to move to our next topic. And the next topic is the topic of the day. And it goes something like this. RIP cable TV, why Hollywood is slowly killing its biggest moneymaker. And this article comes via the Variety. And Variety writes, basically explaining early this year, people started noticing something about MTV's schedule. They're talking about how MTV basically had that show Ridiculousness, and it was streaming like what did it say, for 24/7. It says in here, for 113 hours straight. And basically what this whole article is talking about is how, if you read the whole thing, it's talking about how cable TV networks like MTV, TNT, AMC, that ruled the space, basically the viewing space, back in like 2010, they're floundering and hard. The numbers here, according to this article, Nick at Night is down 24%, AMC is down 22%, FX down 21%, USA down 19%, TBS down 16%, and TNT is down 14%. Mind you, they talk in this article too about this. AMC was killing ratings when Walking Dead first hit the airwaves, and Walking Dead was all the rage, But right now, all of these cable networks, they're having trouble. They're having trouble big time. And it's due to cord cutters. It would have been inconceivable to think that cord cutters would be, ahead of the curve. Oh, you're a cord cutter. What is that? Hey, I was a cord cutter about 5 years ago, and then I actually went back to cable for a little bit, and then now I am a full-on cord cutter. And honestly, cord cutting's the where it's at, man. I think cable TV is kind of a dinosaur. It's antiquated. It is not going to be around for much longer, in my opinion. The thing is, when all the big shows and a lot of the big cable shows are going to streaming now, like look at things like The Big Bang Theory and Friends and South Park and all the monument. I think South Park was sold to Netflix for like $150 million or something crazy like that. Correct me if I'm wrong on the number, but just some ridiculous amount of money that South Park got sold for. And the thing is why pay for cable? Like I can't even think of, other than sports at this point, because you can't get the local sports teams on streaming yet, but that's coming. Next year this is the final year that the NFL has the DirecTV Sunday package. Come next year, the NFL, they're going to have some type of streaming deal. I would bet anything, and it's going to be probably the biggest streaming deal ever, would be my guess. And yeah, I just feel like at this point, cable TV going bye-bye. But the question is, now in this article, they're saying why Hollywood is slowly killing its biggest moneymaker. Well, the reason they say that is because, again, back in the early 2010s and the late, 2000s, Hollywood was riding that cable train, and they were riding it hard, and they made a lot of money off of that. But now a lot of these, studios are coming out with their own streaming networks and whatnot, and I don't know if they're going to make the money initially, but I think the decision, like Universal has its the Peacock network now, because I think it's Universal NBC, and HBO Max is Warner Brothers, and obviously Disney Plus. And I think that those streaming networks, or those the studios, they're killing off cable TV because the consumers already started that. And I think that it's the right thing to do. I think it's time to let cable die, my friends. It's time to let cable die. Rick's chiming in here just saying cable got too expensive, too many cheaper options out there like Sling and etc. Exactly. I actually am a Sling subscriber, so it's funny you mention that, Rick. I agree. Just too many options. I have HBO Max, I have Hulu, I have Sling. Sling's what I have for my normal cable setup, but it's so much cheaper. I saved so much money cutting out cable that I was able to add streaming services like an HBO Max and whatnot. I have ESPN Plus. I have, and I still don't pay as much as I paid when I had the cable bundle package. Dude, it was ridiculous. And I still, with Sling, I have NFL Network. I still, my girlfriend has HGTV and all that stuff, it's just not worth it in my opinion. And I think it's time, I think some of the cable services are going to be wise. I know Comcast, I think, has like a internet, based thing where you can watch their channels, via the internet. I know where I live, we had something like not Charter, the hell's it called? I can't even think of my own cable service. But anyway, yeah, they have the same thing where you can literally, it's like an app and you can go into it, and my TV had it, and I would just go into it and watch, the channels in there. But you can't sign up for that right now just by itself. That probably will change pretty soon. So, anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think cable is dying? Do you think it's out the door? Do you think it should be? Do you think, no, cable still provides a service that I can't get on all of the streaming networks, and I don't like having to, subscribe to 18 different streaming networks. I'd rather just pay one monthly fee and get all my stuff right up front. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on that. And we are going to move on to main topic number 3. And this one is kind of a somber one for me. So yesterday, July 21st, was the birthday of my all-time favorite actor, and that is Mr. Robin Williams. And I had loved this guy. And Robin, passed away back in, I think 2014, so about 6 years ago now. And I'm not huge on the celebrity death thing, but this one affected me when he passed away. And Robin Williams, in my opinion, was the most versatile actor you'll ever see. This guy can do anything, literally. He was literally the funniest guy, and he also literally was able to be the best dramatic actor you have seen as well. Look at the one with Matt Damon. What's that movie? I can't think right now. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, the Matt Damon movie, him and Matt Damon, just his performance in that movie, Good Will Hunting. Thank you. Jeez, why couldn't I think of that? Good Will Hunting. His performance in that movie was awesome, and he literally, talk about a guy who could just go from here to here, and he just had it all. Literally had it all. Another movie, if you really want to see the versatility of a Robin Williams, is Insomnia. You should definitely watch that. Phenomenal movie. And he is phenomenal in it. But this is an article that I found on Variety for Robin Williams' birthday. So this is the 10 Robin Williams movies to watch on his birthday. So they list, number 1, Aladdin. So many of you may or may not know, but Robin and Aladdin basically off the cuff performed, and this is very rare where they actually mold the animation around what the actor did, and that's exactly what they did with Robin Williams. He had basic things that he had to say, but they pretty much gave him free reign, and he just crushed it. And so yeah, so that's one. The next one, The Birdcage, dude. Now, mind you guys, I have not actually read this article, so I am literally, you're getting my reaction as I'm going through this. He is so good in this movie. And actually, Nathan Lane is so good in this movie as well. So yeah, definitely a great one. Dead Poet Society. Oh, Captain, my Captain. I love that movie. That is an amazing movie. If you've not seen Dead Poet Society, you definitely need to watch that one. Such a great one. The Fisher King. I have to say, I've never seen The Fisher King. So, Robin Williams, my favorite actor. I've never seen The Fisher King, so I am sad to say that. So we're gonna move on. Good Morning Vietnam. Oh, such a great movie, and one of Robin Williams' quintessential roles, and obviously, just again another movie that shows off his range as an actor. Just phenomenal movie. Definitely check it out. Good Will Hunting, as I talked about before. This movie shows it is the peak Robin Williams drama role. And him and Matt Damon are so great together in this movie. Just phenomenal. Definitely recommend it. Hello, Mrs. Doubtfire. Again, talk about showing off how great he literally in the movie played a 40-ish-year-old man who is pretending to be an elderly woman and pulls it off. If you would have met this woman in real life, you probably would not have seen. You probably would have not have known that it was a man. So yeah, just phenomenal job in that one as well. 1 Hour Photo. This one, not my favorite. He's really good in it. Actually, and Rick listed a bunch of movies on here too, and 1 Hour Photo is in it. I don't know why, I just didn't really. He's dark and creepy as shit in this movie, but I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. It didn't work for me, but I think it's just me. So, Popeye. Dude, yes, Popeye. And I don't care what people think about Popeye. He crushes it in this movie. And also Shelley Long is amazing in this movie. And I don't care what people say. I agree, Popeye definitely belongs on this list. The World According to Garp, another one that I have not seen. So I've never seen The World According to Garp. So I'm going to move on from that one. And that's it. That's their list. So bunch of great movies on here. I know, let me see if, because Rick said here, Jack, dude, I love Jack. Jack's such a great movie. What Dreams May Come is really good as well. And that's the one with Cuba Gooding Jr. Dude, and there's so many more. That's the thing about Robin Williams. He was so versatile as an actor. You're talking about a guy. Again, you talk about Hollywood personalities and Hollywood actors and whatnot. How many people really affect the world, like a Robin Williams did? And I think that he, on a level that many actors and performers can't, he affected people on a much higher level. And that's why, when he passed, really, like, he was one that really hit me. So happy, birthday to Robin Williams up there, dude. We miss you, and you are amazing. And so, yeah, and that's going to, close us for that topic. And we're going to move on to our next main topic of the day. And our final main topic of the day. And our final main topic is this. Oh, please. There we go. Tenet faces new challenge. China says its runtime is too long to play. Now, what this article's on IndieWire. And what this article is talking about specifically is China this week, for the opening of theaters, put in a time limit of 2 hours for their movies. So they don't want any movie to play for longer than 2 hours. what this is gonna do, they said, is basically, because basically their whole point is every minute that a person spends in a theater, increases their risk of getting COVID. So they don't want to have any movie for longer than 2 hours, and then after 2 hours, so any movie shorter than 2 hours they can play, but anything more they don't want to do. The whole point is to get people in, watch a 2-hour movie, get them out, clean, and then go forth. So Tenet was supposed to come out now August 12th, and Tenet obviously is longer than 2 hours. Well, Tenet now has been indefinitely postponed. They did say that they're going to try to come out with a very unique release, not schedule, but release plan, so to speak, but nobody knows what that is. I can tell you that it will not be VOD, and it will not be streaming. Tenet cost like $200, almost, I think it was either almost or $200 million just to make it. That doesn't even include all the money they've sunk into marketing, which now they keep having to postpone. So, yeah. But I think the postponement, I thought that movie still might have probably made its release date of the newest release date of August 12th had China not put in the restriction. A movie like Tenet is, again, what they call tentpole film. It needs to have a worldwide audience. It needs that money because it costs so damn much. And they can't just partially release it. Now, what they may do with this new release plan is, release in one country and then another and then another. By the way, who's probably going to get it last? Us. Anyway, but that's probably the release plan that you're now. Again, this is just speculation by me. This is not, nobody said that, but I really do think that the release plan, they're probably going to just kind of release one region or country at a time and go from there. But it's still kind of a big deal, This was, especially Nolan, he wanted this movie to be the movie that brought people back to theaters, and I don't think that's going to happen now. I don't think it's going to be Tenet. And not only that, but I think now that Tenet is gone, I think Mulan, you can kiss Mulan. You're probably going to see pretty much the same thing happen with Mulan. I don't foresee Disney wanting to release Mulan if, they're not going to get that full release schedule. Now, Mulan may come in under 2 hours, and they definitely need that Chinese market. But if Mulan comes in over 2 hours, and I don't know what the runtime for Mulan is going to be, I pretty much guarantee that Mulan's probably going to get pushed as well. And again, this brings us back to this thing that we keep talking about week in and week out. When are theaters going to open? Now, we know now that AMC is going to be good even if they don't open till May. And that's great for them. But, man, I don't want to wait till May. I'm selfish like that, people. I'm selfish like that. I want to see movies. I'm so sick and tired of not being able to go to the movie theater. I love the movie theater experience. It's just not the same for me watching movies at home. But I understand and it's just, it's so frustrating. Anyway, what do you guys think about, again, Tenet being pushed off? And also, what do you think about this runtime restrictions? Do you think that's a good idea? The runtime of the 2 hour runtime restriction for Tenet. Do you think that's a bad idea? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on that. And that's going to close out our main topics for the day. But that doesn't close out the show, of course. We still got more show to go. And you know why? Because like I said, the best way to support this show is to send in your questions and comments via the tip link. And the tip link is this, streamlabs.com/movieidiot. Please send in your questions and comments there. And what happens is after we get through all the main topics, then I read all the tip topics. And we go into all of those. Tip topics get read first because you guys are supporting the show. You can also hit me up on Facebook and Twitter at MovieIdiot1, or you can hit me up via email, themovieidiot@gmail.com. If you send in emails at themovieidiot@gmail.com and you send in a great topic, I do consider the email submissions for topics, possibly for main topics, depending on whether they're really good or not. So, anywho, we're going to get to, I have 2 tip topics today. The first one comes from Thor's Good Eye. Dude, these names, crushing it. Thor's Good Eye says, what is your favorite MCU movie? Well, that's a really great question, Thor's Good Eye. It's not going to be Thor Ragnarok, where Thor lost his other eye. But spoiler alert. I mean, if you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok by now. Anyway, this is going to be a very long-winded question. That's why I need some water. So, my favorite MCU movie. I think the most influential MCU movie, or the most important one, was The Avengers. The Avengers was the first movie that kind of brought together the whole team. It was the first movie like that in basically comic book movie history, where you combined multiple main characters from other movies into one ginormous mega blockbuster. But it's not my favorite. I would have to say, for a while, my favorite was Captain America Civil War. I thought that movie was great, and I loved it. And the Russo brothers, did such a great job in that movie of finding a way to get all the heroes their own screen time, but also such great character development in doing so, and building off of, obviously, the previous movies, but also you can watch that movie and it can almost stand alone, and that's impressive for a movie like that. But I have to say, my favorite MCU movie is actually movies, because I just consider it one big story, and that is Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. The culmination of 22 glorious MCU movies into one ginormous fangasm that is Infinity War and Endgame. Infinity War starting with that opening scene with Thanos and just his presence and his he is such a great villain, and not just because he's intimidating, but because he thinks he's right. He thinks he's the hero, and that alone makes him so fucking awesome. and so, that in Infinity War is set up so well. And the best part of Infinity War is the villain won in the end, which almost never happens. And then Endgame, dude, the payoff in Endgame, so phenomenal. So much fan service, I will say that, but it's so phenomenal. So yeah, I can't pick, because they're so uniquely different, and that's the other best part about those two movies. They're supposed to be like, one's supposed to be a continuation of the other, but really they're not. They're two very different movies, and I have to say Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame are my 2 favorite MCU movies. So I'm going to stick with that. So let's go to our second tip question of the day. And again, if you want to send in a tip question, the link is this right here, streamlabs.com/movieidiot, and you can send in a tip question, and I will answer it live on the air. And also, tip questions are, of course, answered first. So, again, if you send it in, you get your stuff answered right away first, before anybody else's comments or questions. The next one is our boy Del Mackey. Del Mackey asks, "Hey, Mike, not sure if you do this, but would you rank the Die Hard franchise worst to best?" Yeah, I could do that. What the hell? You paid your money, Mr. Del Mackey, and because of that, sir, I will definitely rank the Die Hard franchise from worst to best. So, Well, let's name the movies first of all. You have Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3. I think that's Die Hard with the Vengeance, if I'm not mistaken. Die Hard 4 is Live Free and Die Hard, and then Die Hard 5 is the one where he goes to Russia. I don't even remember the name of it because it was so terrible. So, what do you say? Worst to best? Worst to best. Okay. So, worst is Die Hard 5. No question, Die Hard 5 is the worst. And the thing with Die Hard 5 was I was excited for that movie. I, unlike a lot of people, liked Die Hard 4. And so, coming out of Die Hard 4, I was excited to see Die Hard 5. I was excited to see the next installment. And that movie was brutal. I could barely get through it. It was so bad. So, number 5, worst, is Die Hard 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with Die Hard 2. Die Hard 2 is my number 4 Die Hard movie. I've always been underwhelmed with Die Hard 2. A couple of great lines in it. I liked the guy, man, he was in Coming to, excuse me, guys, sorry. Ugh, man, I always do this. He was in Coming to America. He played McDowell, and he was one of the, baddies in Die Hard 2. And I liked him, but, like, the main villain I didn't like. I don't know. I was not a fan. Die Hard 2, not a fan. So I'll say that one definitely is my number 4. The number 3 movie in the Die Hard franchise, this is a toss-up for me. It's hard, but I'm going to say Die Hard 4. So when Die Hard 4 came out, it was Live Free and Die Hard. And that movie, I didn't, A, know it was going to come out, so I wasn't expecting it. And then B, the introduction of Justin Long, and like it had been so long since there was a Die Hard movie. I feel like it was like a good decade or maybe even more since Die Hard 3. And I didn't know what to expect, and I was pleasantly surprised. That movie was good, and it captivated me and held me through the whole thing. I thought Timothy Olyphant was a really good villain in that movie. I loved Justin Long in the movie. He played the computer hacker so great. The daughter was such a badass in that movie. The scene where she's like, I'm going to need you to grow a bigger set of balls. Fucking died. That was awesome. So, yeah, I'm going to go, my number 3 is Die Hard 4. Then my number 2 then would be Die Hard 3. My boy Sam motherfucking Jackson in that one. Wow. Dude, Die Hard 3 is phenomenal. It is right behind Die Hard 1 as the best. Dude, just Sam Jackson was so great in that movie. And then the bad guy, Jeremy Irons, such a great villain, dude. Jeremy Irons, I mean, come on, he's Scar, so like, but he's such a great villain, and he did such an amazing job in that movie. I really enjoyed that one. So I'm gonna say Die Hard 3 would be my number 2 Die Hard movie of all time, and of course, number 1, yippee-ki-yay motherfucker, it is Die Hard 1. That is my all-time favorite Die Hard movie. Is Die Hard 1, and it's a classic. I mean, dude, Hans Gruber is one of the greatest villains of all time, played by the late, he was Snape. Man, I am so terrible with names. But yes, Hans Gruber, one of the greatest villains of all time, and just, Bruce Willis at his best as John McClane, and just a great movie, an enjoyable movie. If you love action, you're definitely going to love Die Hard 1. It is by far probably, I wouldn't say by far actually, because I just said Die Hard 3 was right there. I would definitely say Die Hard 1 though is the best Die Hard movie. So, just to, wrap that all up in a bow there for you, Del. So the worst one being Die Hard 5, the second worst one being Die Hard 2, the third worst one being Die Hard 4, and then the second worst one is Die Hard 3, and of course the best one being Die Hard 1. And yeah, that's it. That's kind of my my list right there. So thanks for the submission, Del. Appreciate it, man. And again, you guys, if you want to submit, questions, comments, and whatever, and you want to support the show, the best way to do it is the tip link, streamlabs.com/movieidiots. And yeah. Let's see if I have any other stuff here. So Rick has chimed in here on the stream chat on a couple of things here. So I'll go back here. I already read the one. Rick also added when he was talking about the streaming stuff. He said he's got YouTube TV and it's a little on the pricier side, but I love it, and you can share it with up to 6 family members. That's cool. I didn't know that. I've thought about YouTube TV because they kind of like I said, I had Sling. I have Sling, and Sling does DVR. It's got an NFL Network. It's got a lot of stuff, but I think Sling's a little less expensive, and it had all the channels that I wanted, and that was important. And I have it on, I think, like 3 or 4 devices already in my house, and that's all I need. So, but I've heard good things about YouTube TV, so that's cool. Rick chimed in. Lots of comments from Rick today, man. Rick's been very active. Chimed in on the Robin Williams. He said, Robin was definitely one of my favorites. One of the few actors that passed away that hit me hard. Yeah, dude. Robin Williams was just amazing. And, I miss him. I actually miss Robin Williams. This world right now could use a little Robin Williams. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. He said, oh, yes, Popeye was perfect. Dude, right? He was spot on, Popeye. So cool. And then Rick chimed in again. Come out to the coast. We'll get together and have a few laughs. Whoa. Was that from Die Hard? Why do I not remember that part? Come out to the coast. Oh, was that when he met up with Hans in the tower? I can't remember, Rick. Shit. Damn it. I have like the worst memory ever. Yeah, he said Die Hard. He's laughing. Yeah, dude, yeah, I think that's come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs. Oh, man. Fuck, what part of the movie was that from? Was that when him and Hans were, like, when Hans was pretending to be, I don't know. I can't remember now. But anyway, dude, yes, that movie's classic. Awesome. Great main movie. So, anyway, I'm going to jump here on Facebook, see if I have any other comments or anything. Nothing there. Nope. Doesn't look like we have any other comments on Facebook, and got nothing on Twitter. So I guess that's that. Oh, wait a minute. Ash Gapco just chimed in. She said, just so you know, I like all the Die Hard movies. Yeah, I mean, I definitely like them. I like them all. Well, actually, I take that back. No, I like them all except for Die Hard 5. That, I just couldn't stomach that one. That was not, I don't know why, but I just really, it wasn't even funny. I don't know. Like, the cool thing about Die Hard movies, they're funny, they're fun, they're action-packed, and Die Hard 5 was just, ugh. Like, that's the best description I have. Ugh. But 1 through 4 are amazing, and I love them very, very much. So Ash also chimes in. She says, my favorite action movies are the Fast and Furious movies. Yes! Love Fast and Furious. All the Furious movies. I love them. I even have a secret kind of love for the Tokyo Drift movie as well, even though that's probably the worst one. But the cool thing about the Fast Furious movies is, obviously the first one, Fast and Furious, was a very, like, unique idea, and it's something that was never done before. And then they had Fast and Furious 2, and not having Vin Diesel was not a good idea. They should have, whatever the problem was, they should have fixed that. But I still enjoy it. Obviously 3 was Tokyo Drift, and let's just have a Fast and Furious with none of the main actors. But I still secretly enjoy that one very much. And then Fast 4 is where they shifted gears from that original like uniqueness of what Fast and Furious was and started going to more of the mega over the top blockbuster, things. And each Fast and Furious movie since has found a new way to like be more over the top. They keep finding new avenues or new ways to be like extra. So I can't even, for this next one, man, I can't wait. My favorite Fast movie though has got to be the last one Paul Walker was in. Like I thought that was such a great movie, and not only was it a great movie, but they had such a great send off at the end, very heartfelt send off. I'm not gonna lie, a couple of tears may have been shed on that one. Dude, that was just a phenomenal. I think that was that 7, Fast 7, I think it was. Such a great movie. Kelly Marie chimes in, says the world could definitely use a Robin Williams right now. He was so amazing. Oh man, yes, it can. It just, again, like he just had a way of just making people smile and laugh and entertain them, but yet again, like an actor who was so versatile, can play the super serious roles, but there are very few entertainers and actors who literally hit you personally, like where you really feel them, and I felt like Robin is definitely one of those ones where you just I don't want to say relate, because like you can't really relate to Robin Williams. He was on another stratosphere. But like he makes you feel so good and laugh so hard and just really impacted people. And it was just awesome to see. Rick chimes in again, says, Paul Walker was definitely another hard loss. Yes. I liked Paul Walker as an actor. He did a movie, I can't remember what it was called, but he did a movie where he's kind of like stuck in a hospital. And I think it was his kid. It might have been his kid or his wife, but I think it was his kid who was like sick, and he had to like literally keep him alive by pumping a generator, like a hand pump generator. And when I saw that movie, it's like a little indie movie, and nobody probably has seen it. But when I saw that movie, I had a definite new level of respect for Paul Walker as an actor. I already like really liked him. Really liked him, in the Fast series. I thought, again, Fast 4 is where I really thought Paul Walker kind of took a step up, and then, he elevated his game. Fast 1, he was cool in the movie, but I wouldn't say his acting chops were the greatest. But by Fast 4, you can tell he really had built himself as an actor, and he was awesome. And from what I hear, just a really awesome, genuine dude as well. So yeah, Paul Walker will definitely be missed. Let's see. Rick says, have you seen Hours? Was that it? Yep, we're on the same page. Yep, it's called Hours. Yeah. So the movie is called Hours. If you've not seen it, Paul Walker starred in this movie called Hours, and it was phenomenal. Just such a great movie. And again, shows off his acting chops, and just it's definitely worth a watch for sure. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for chiming in on that. But yeah, I definitely, Paul Walker's another one that definitely will be missed as well. And yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna do it for today. It doesn't look like we have any more comments and anything. So want to thank everybody for chiming in, checking out the show today. A lot of good user comments as well. Again, just gonna kind of go over this again one more time. So if you guys want to submit for main topics for the show, you can do that via email, themovieidiot@gmail.com. Or you can send in just regular comments and stuff that I can read at Movie Idiot 1 on Facebook or Twitter. But the best way, again, to send in Patrick Greer just jumped on. He says, damn, I missed it. Rick says, good show, bro. Thank you, man. Pat, it's 9:30 Central Standard Time every Wednesday. So just so you know. And then again, the best way to send in comments and topics and whatnot is the tip link, streamlabs.com/movieidiot, because when you send in your comments and topics via there, you're supporting the channel, the show, and that it's going to help this thing grow. And that's what we want. We want a good movie community where we can all talk and, hang out and talk about all this cool stuff. And so, again, I appreciate you guys checking in and watching the show. I unfortunately this week did not get to watch any movies or TV shows, so I got no movies or TV shows to report on, but hopefully this weekend I'll be able to catch. I still want to see Eurovision on Netflix, and obviously I've still been watching Doom Patrol, which I have a new episode of Doom Patrol to watch. So, and if you guys have not jumped on Doom Patrol on HBO Max, get your asses on it. It is awesome. It is awesome. I heard somebody explain Doom Patrol. It's Shakespeare meets Kevin Smith, or Shakespeare meets superheroes, basically. And it's one of the best descriptions of Doom Patrol. So check that one out. Pat Greer says, I take it on the Tenet delay. So Tenet has been delayed inevitably, Pat, unfortunately. So, and then he also chimes in with Doom Patrol is the shit. All right. So, yep, that's going to do it for our show today. Thank you guys again for checking in, and I will be back next Wednesday, and hopefully Ryan will be back with me as well. We love having Ryan on the show as well, so hopefully he'll be able to check in next week as well. So thank you guys again, and we will see you next week, and I am out of here. Peace, and don't forget again to like, subscribe, share, and all that